What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 5 of the 2021 Duels. I am your host, Delthius, and joining me on the desk today, we've got James. What's going on, man?
What's up?
Not a whole lot, just happy to be here. Ready to get into this. Now, before we get started, I would like to take a quick look at this awesome website. If I can press a couple buttons here, do that. Yeah, there we go. So this is actually really cool. If you haven't checked this website out already, definitely do so. We get to take a quick look at what's going on. So basically, in summary, we've got this kind of old school 21 Duel style where we've got a bunch of bosses and challengers, and the challengers all have 4 lives. You can only lose 2 lives per stage, and on stage 1 we're going up against Snake here, and there's actually special rules for the various stages. We got plentiful campfires, and they have to pick between one of these 4 unit decks. So pretty cool to see that. And we've got Marmu versus Snake coming up first. And I think we can just go ahead and hop into that. Are you ready?
Yep, ready when you are.
Sweet. Let me know in the chat how the levels are, if you can, guys and gals. We did a little bit of testing before the stream. Should be pretty close, but alright, man, let's hop into stage 1, game 1 with Marmu vs. Snake. 3, 2, 1, go. Levels are hitting the mark, says this guy. Awesome. Spawning on the right-hand side, the boss, we've got Snake, and his opponent to left, the challenger, Marmu.
Both players come up with the lizard deck.
Yeah, same deck from both sides. Oh man, this controller has a drift. I actually messed up and didn't charge my typical controller, so I have my backup controller. I'll try to wing it here. But we got Fox, Turret, Skunk, Lizard from both sides, so this could actually be a pretty fun match. The only units that can actually hit structures here are the Lizards.
Yeah, and even against turrets, lizards aren't the best.
So we've got plentiful campfires here. We do see like 4 in the middle. I do notice a drift on this controller. I apologize. I will try to switch over to the better one later on. But let's see. I mean, Marmu, can't complain with the spawn. Actually going for a 5-farm double here. Snake hasn't seen it just yet. Coming in for the scout now.
Yeah. I mean, he should have enough time to sell a farm and build a warn himself, so maybe even a turret.
Yeah, turret would probably be a good option. He did go up to 8 farms before scouting this. And lizards run pretty fast. Oh, but these campfires in the middle of the map. I don't think Marmu...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't think Marmu thought about that, so he has to switch gears here and go into a 7-farm warren. Oh, man. I was excited, because I think Marmu's lizards might have got there, like, just in time. I don't know. There is a little bit of awkward ramping as well, so...
I don't think... Yeah, I think Snake would have had a lizard ready. And I think that would have been enough to defend.
Alright, Snake grabbing a quick expansion here. Marmu following suit.
Have you gone through the decks a bit?
Lizard, Skunk, Fox, Turret? Or what do you mean? Like the...
Oh, like in for the stage, because there's 3 decks that the players can pick. And it's supposed to be like a rock, paper, scissors sort of thing.
Let me see. Oh yeah, one of them has like Snake, Owl. Oh, Owl, Fox, Badger. Yeah, I see that.
And Squirrel, Lizard, Toad.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is pretty clever. And each one has their own different defensive structure as well.
Yeah. So I think what they wanted to go for is that for each deck, you can be bad against their tier 1, but your tier 3 would be better than theirs.
Right. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. If anybody hasn't seen the 2021 Duels website, definitely check that out. A lot of work went into it, and it looks great. So we got Marmu going up to some tier 2 here. Both players trying to get some farms going on that second base. I'm just kind of building up for now. Snake making a lot of lizards, which might just overrun, skunks, unless skunks start getting up to like 4 or 6 of them. Marmu even putting down a turret here. A little bit worried.
We've seen a couple of matchups with like the same decks, because Snake has been trying to pick the same decks as his opponents, and we've seen like a couple of fights with the same decks, and I feel like in a Lizard v Lizard match, I think building skunks is a mistake.
Right. Well, I think once you get up to like 4 or 6 skunks, though, don't you have like so much HP on them and like so much gas getting put out, it can kind of work? I'm not sure how it works when you get to like crazy high numbers.
Yeah, and I feel like building more lizards or turrets or just even a fox would be better. You know?
Yeah, Snake coming in here with a ton of lizards, and Marmu actually sold off that turret and only has 2 skunks right now, which isn't going to be enough.
Yeah.
Snake gets a little bit of damage, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, they trade pretty evenly. I think Snake loses a bit more there, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Marmu quickly sold a building pig, which was good. But yeah, just mass lizard from Snake here, and it's kind of interesting since the players, if they're paying attention, you know, right off the get-go when they saw lizards from both sides, they know this is a mirror matchup, so... Again, Snake coming in here with a lot of lizards. Marmu trying to build up to like a critical mass of skunks, starting to get there, ends up doing pretty decent against that just pure lizard. Snake taking a pretty rough trade on that one.
Yeah, I think it's a mistake to keep attacking Marmu's base, because there's not many spaces where the lizards can stand to shoot.
And
I
now,
think it would be better, yeah. I think it would be better if he waited until Marmu attacked Snake.
yeah, Marmu looks like he's looking to move out right now. He's got those 4 skunks, which I think is around the time where they started doing pretty decent against lizards. Let's see how this engagement cracks out. I think Marmu's got a pretty big advantage of going into this. Because Snake only had like a few extra lizards on him, and plus Marmu has a skunk. So yeah, Marmu crushing through, knocking out the second base, and that might be all she wrote for Snake. Let's see. Yeah, I really like the deck restrictions. That kind of adds a lot of flair to this.
Yeah, and like every stage has its own rules, so.
Right.
Yeah, but it seems like a pretty easy win for Marmu at this point.
Yeah, I think Marmu is just going to take it from here, so Marmu's going to advance to stage 2 with all 4 of his lives remaining. GG. Snake has to tap out, so nice, quick, aggressive match there. And we'll hop into the next one here shortly.
Oh, and I have to update the score too.
Yeah, I will. So James is taking care of updating the website. I guess I could just put Tandor here for our next one. So again, we're hopping into the same situation here. They have the choice of one of these 4 decks. I can hop back over to my browser screen. Maybe zoom in a little bit. So yeah, so what James was touching on earlier, which is actually really clever with the way these decks are put out, like Squirrel, Owl, and Lizard, Fox, you know, the Owl beats the Fox, but the Lizards kind of beat the Squirrels. Same situation here. Fox is good against the Badger, but Toads are good against the Lizard. But I don't know, man. You'd have to be a wild player to go with the Toad-only deck, right? Well, I guess you get cams, you know. And...
Yeah, and there's not really anything that can stop the cams in the other 2 decks, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
A bunch of tier 1 and the tier 3.
Right. Yeah, there's no snakes or anything like that to really be a pain for the cams.
Yeah, so the Toad deck is not that bad with the other restrictions.
I'd actually be really interested to see the Toad deck. I hope somebody brings it out here. So we are gonna get back into this here. Are you ready with the website?
Oh yeah, it's done.
Okay, let's hop into the second match of the night. We got stage 1, Tandor Draco versus Snake. Let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, spawning in the bottom left, we have the boss, Snake. And his opponent to the top right, the challenger, Tandor Draco. Also a caster. Snake was on my clan P-Boop back in the day. That long time ago of TnT Clan Wars. It's been years, really, since that event. And we do have different decks this time around. Snake's still sticking with the Lizard Fox, meanwhile Tandor Draco with the Squirrel Owl deck, so...
Yeah, so this is what I was talking about before. Like, the Lizards are supposed to counter the Squirrels, but then the Owl's supposed to counter the Fox.
Right, yeah, makes sense.
And then I think the other units are just for balancing.
Sometimes people really underestimate squirrels, though, in the lizard versus squirrel matchups. Like, most of the cases, the lizards are better, but if you have some wonky terrain, or if you're defending in your warrens or something like that, there are situations where you would prefer squirrels.
Yeah, I feel like people are too afraid of fighting lizards without toads.
Yeah.
They are strong if you don't have toads, but as long as you know how to play against them, there shouldn't be, like, you shouldn't lose your game just because you don't have toads.
Right. Yeah, you gotta have something else in there, like chameleons can do really well, or a bunch of skunks, or all kinds of things. So, let's see. It does feel like Snake will have that early to mid-game advantage, and, you know, of course, TnTTV, if he can get there in the late game to massing out a bunch of owls, will definitely have the better late-game comp. But so far, nothing too crazy. TnTTV did put out some scouting mines before going up to 8 farms, took a quick expansion, just throwing down some more, actually pretty delayed warrens at the moment.
Yeah, I think he built the mines just to bait Snake, I guess. Because Snake was building warrens before Thunder had any.
Right.
So I think he just built the mines to stop Snake's aggression if he thought of attacking.
I'm curious if Snake actually saw those mines. I wasn't really paying close enough attention. He does come in and scout, he sees the squirrels, so he knows what he's up against.
Snake does not know about the mines. He didn't scout any.
Alright, so how does Snake want to play this out?
I feel like he can't let the game take too long, right? Because
Yeah.
with the owl, if Thunder starts building owls, it's just gonna be game over for Snake. He doesn't really have anything that can stop 2 or 3 owls, so.
Yeah, maybe a whole lot of skunks, but it always feels bad having a lot of lizards against owls, you know, just like generally if your opponent's got owls and you don't, I mean, at the very least, you want to try to tech out of the tier 1, get into some tier 2 that can handle it.
Yeah, but I don't think you can stop. You might be able to stop 1 or 2 owls, but it's gonna be hard with just squirrels and skunks.
Yeah.
Especially in the long run, as the owls get more and more value.
Well, like, way back in the day, I remember Turret Fox actually can do something against owls, you know, and turrets are stronger nowadays, but you would need, like, this massive line of turrets, but then it's like, what's your win con? I mean, maybe mass lizards, but that could be a really interesting situation to find ourselves in. Like, Snake would kind of, like, mass turrets, splitting the map, trying to run around with some lizards, but...
I mean, Fox still does good against 1 or even 2 owls, as long as you can kill the mice quick.
Yeah.
That Fox can pick up units before the mice respawn. But again, it just comes down to, like, not letting Thunder get too many owls.
Yeah, I agree. I think 1 or 2 owls, especially 1 owl, like if it's at the phase of the game where both players just throw down their first tier 3, you're probably feeling okay with the Fox, but eventually you're just gonna get outscaled.
Exactly. If you don't kill the owl player before he gets too many, you really can't do anything about it.
Well, let's see. Both players on 2 base, full saturation, 4 skunks, and a handful of tier 1. Snake looking to move out here.
He has to be careful with the mines.
Yeah, 1 mine goes off, but doesn't get very good connection. Snake trying to use the lizards to target down the skunks.
It's a decent engagement from Snake.
Yeah, not so bad. I mean, the army graph said Snake lost out, but keep in mind, you know, Tander did lose a skunk there. Typically, you're more okay with losing the tier 1 just depending on the follow-up scenario, but I'm really curious when the tier 3's coming out. And here it is from TnTTV. Double owl on the way. Snake has got to scout that out and figure out a response fast.
Even if he does scout it out, he really has to be careful with the mines.
Well, he's got a pretty good tier 1 lead at the moment. Maybe he can take a strong engagement here.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, do you want to try to target down the skunks with your lizards here? Or mostly kill the squirrels?
I think you need to get what you can get, you know? He does take a good engagement there.
Yeah, but not good enough to snowball damage, and these owls are on the way. Did Snake scout that?
No, but at least the owls are going to be supply blocked.
That is very true. So even keeping the pressure on at the moment and forcing that food to go into squirrels. And look at this, TnTTV selling off the skunks.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This is Snake's chance. Don't lose your commander, though. So close. He's moving in again. No skunks this time around. Snake needs to get a ton of damage done right here, right now.
That's really good from Snake. He scouted the owls and knew that Thunder didn't have an army at the moment. And he might even get the second expansion before the owl comes out.
Yeah, he's got like 10 or 15 seconds before the owls. He's trying to target down the owl warrens.
If he gets them, it's gonna be pretty hard for Thunder to come out.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. He doesn't get the warrens, but he still surrenders.
Yeah, like 1 HP left on that warrior. Tandor tapped out maybe a little bit too soon. Yeah, I think he could have possibly lived there, but maybe he just thought he took too much damage, even if the owl did get out.
I'm not sure, like, because his owl warren did survive, and there wasn't any lizards around, so if he got like at least one owl out, maybe he could have come back.
Yeah.
But it did look pretty bad for Tandor.
It did look rough, but I agree. I think there was still some play there. He just kind of tapped a little bit early. So, all right, let's get into match number 2 here. Tandor losing 1 life, but he can still... Now, he can only lose 2 lives, but he would like the win here so he can move on to stage 2 with 3 lives remaining. So, are you ready to hop into the next match?
Yep, whenever you are.
Let's get it. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, spawning in the bottom right, down 1 match of the series with the Toad deck. We've got Tandor Draco. And his opponent is the top left, the boss, Snake. Snake staying on the Lizard Skunk Fox deck every game so far.
Yeah. So, what do you think about this matchup?
I think I want to see Tandor ram 12 Toads into a Gristmill. Dang it.
Yeah. Snake has been doing that a couple of times this tournament. Like getting the Toad deck and just blowing up mills.
You know what would be the pro play is if you took like 4 cams and attacked the natural, right? And then you, at the same time you slam the 12 Toads into the main. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. You definitely deserve a trophy after that.
That would be sick. Let's see how Tandor can play this one. So, really, what's interesting with the deck restrictions here is both players are kind of waiting to see that first Warren and see what pops out of it, because then from there, they know what the rest of the deck is.
Tandor does have the Toads, but it's going to be pretty hard for him, like, early on in the game. Since Snake does have the Lizards, and there's a lot of ways that his Lizards can go around.
Yeah, cams are one of the good units for flanking, though, so you could do something like leave some cams at the base, or leave Toads at the base, attack with the cams, that kind of thing. But yeah, Snake does have the map presence advantage here. Tandor taking that Ninja in the 6 o'clock. Let's see if Snake ever scouts it. One thing I'm always worried about players who take that Ninja base too early is, like, Snake hasn't scouted the rest of the map yet, you know, so he might just kind of naturally find it, just looking around.
This might be bad for Tandor, though. Like, Snake saw the 2 tier 2 warrants, and he will have 9 Lizards soon.
Yeah, this would be a great opportunity for Snake to move out. He's clearing that cabin out.
Yeah, he's thinking of attacking here. And yeah, he's going to take the opportunity before the tier 2 comes out.
Tandor has nothing at the moment. He's moving in. Should easily be able to pick off a couple pigs in that tier 1 Warren.
Yeah, gets 2 pigs.
2 pigs and goes home scot-free. I think he lost a lizard there. Very nice.
Yeah. He's coming in for seconds. And even with Tandor's units, he's still gonna do good here. Yeah, gets the 2 cams.
Yeah, just the double cam there is not gonna be enough. You really need like 4 of them. They just kind of got surrounded by lizards, and Tandor taps out of that one, losing 2 lives to Snake.
Yeah, that was a rough map for Tandor against lizards.
I guess we can go into YSTMB next. We'll knock out all the stage 1 matches. Just keep it going in order, I suppose.
Sure. Then give me 1 second.
Yep. Let me update the scoreboard here.
Yeah, I need to update that too.
Alright. I am ready when you are.
Let me update Tandor.
No problem.
I think Gent was maybe no.
Oh, almost pressed the wrong button. So while we're waiting, this is what we're dealing with right now. We've got a couple special rules here for stage 1 against Snake. You gotta pick one of these 3 decks that are all kind of countering each other in different ways. What are we coming up on stage 2 for? So deck size 9 with no toads. Okay.
Did you receive the Druids stage 1?
Yes.
Okay. So I mean, if we have time, we can just do that too. I think we should actually, because it was in the original like bracket.
Right.
Do you wanna do them or?
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
Guess I can add that to the list. Do that real quick. That way we can just knock it out while we're still looking at stage 1.
Yeah. Do you want to do YST first?
Yeah, I've already got the scoreboard set up for that one.
Alright. So ready when you are.
Alright, let's hop into stage 1 of YSTMB. Let's get into it. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. Alright, spawning on the left, we have the boss, Snake. Doing pretty decent so far. And over on the right-hand side, we've got King Teravangian, or YSTMB. Yeah, let me get the right thing on. There we go. Alright, so we've got the owls this time around. Versus the lizard fox again. I think maybe Snake just really likes playing with the lizards, which makes a lot of sense. You know, just kind of end the game pretty quickly. You know, lizards give you a lot of harassment, kind of outplay potential, or punishing the opponent for things like, oh, you're out and about scouting while I came in and flanked you, stuff like that.
Even if the player picks the toad deck, you can catch them being greedy, like Cut Thunder.
Right. So let's see how this one shakes out.
Like, I do feel in this stage, the owl deck's by far the best.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you've got Squirrel, Skunk, Owl. You know, that's a solid core.
Yeah, like against the toad deck, I think you can pretty easily kite the toads and the cams. And then the badger's the biggest issue, but without the pigeons, it's kind of risky to run the badger.
Right. Or you'd maybe want like 2 badgers or something. Snake actually building a very quick turret here just to clear this cabin, kind of interesting. And also, you know, the map spawn is looking a little bit better for Snake. He's got these nice 3 bases right here in the front yard. He's got that cabin as well. You know, for Plentiful Cabin map, we actually haven't seen any of the players use the campfires.
I think one of them took a campfire in the first stage, like while we weren't looking.
Alright, so YSTMB just building a bunch of squirrels right now, trying to start that economy on the second base, but being careful. Snake rallying up some lizards, so we just kind of need to wait a minute to see how this game progresses. Who wants to go into tier 2, or if Snake is just gonna slam that lizard key. Coming in here to try to deny the second, but plenty of squirrels here to answer.
I think Snake was trying to get any farms that TMB was going to build in his expansion, but luckily he didn't build any.
Snake taking a quick peek around, seeing what the enemy has. And yeah, look, that mine's coming out. I like that. Maybe a couple more mines up on the little bit of the west of the gristmill there. Going into tier 2 now is YST, getting that skunk rolling. Skunk's at a pretty similar time for both players, so even match so far.
Yeah. And I even think, because the mines do really well against, or with the squirrel deck, against the lizard deck, because you can place a bunch of mines down while you build an owl, and it's going to be really hard for the lizard player to go around them.
Yeah. You'd almost need to like mine sweep with the skunks or something, but even then you're softening up your skunks. That's never good.
Yeah. And it just takes too much time.
Right. That's one thing that I noticed when the invisibility reveal came out. Like nobody was playing mines. Oh, we do have a fox on the way, by the way. Lovely spot for a fox too, up on that high ground.
Yeah.
But I think people overvalued the invisibility reveal. You know, like that's the exact point I would try to make to people. It's like, yeah, there is a reveal, but who's actually taking the time to mine sweep properly? You know?
Yeah, it is good against the cams because you can a lot of times catch the cams, like uncloak them and then kill them.
Right.
While they retreat.
Exactly. Like a lot of times the cams are still gonna get their sneaky damage and kill the farm, but at least there's some counterplay to it. You can try to track them down and reveal them.
Exactly. Like I'll tell you, I lost a lot of cams that way.
Yeah.
But for mine, I don't think it's as big as an issue because you can always defend them pretty easily. Right, like you can attack the commander and maybe kill it, poke the army down.
Right.
Or
just position your army like over the mines, like right there where YST was.
Yeah, like I think the mines how YST is playing them is a perfect example of how to use them.
This looks like it could be pretty strong from Snake, and this is exactly what I was looking for, you know, like, Turret Fox can do something against Owl, but eventually, yeah, you will get overwhelmed, but this might be that mid-game push where Snake can punch through, you know, just an Owl or two with all the skunks, with the turrets.
And I mean, the Fox here is going to be good too, before the Owl comes out. And even when the Owl comes out, I feel like he can make some good work with Fox.
YSC never scouted the Fox, and Snake has not scouted the Owl just yet either. Second Owl on the way, but the first Owl is almost finished. The engagement's starting to come. Ooh, that Fox got really low, but Snake brought it back in time, trying to push in. Now Snake knows that there must be Owls somewhere, you know, or at least the possibility of Owls.
I think he should expect it, seeing how good he won that fight. Almost loses the Fox.
Yeah, he started overextending there at the later stages of it, though. Those skunks were pretty low, the Fox was pretty low, but he chose to go back in anyways. Lost the skunks for it, but keeps the Fox alive, which is nice. You can throw it in the water, give it that extra healing.
YST was ahead in economy during a lot of that, though, so I think he's gonna recuperate from that attack.
Yeah, now that you mention it, Snake never really finished saturating his second base, so...
Yeah, and now that YST has the Owl out, it's gonna be really hard for Snake to do any damage. He does get a dig. He should fight behind the turrets, but he is gonna get the Owl.
Ooh, nice.
He needs to go back quick though.
Oh, 1 HP on the Fox. Oh my
did
gosh.
the commander die?
Yeah, looks like it.
I think that's why YST lost the Owl then.
Nice engagement there for Snake.
Yeah. The Owl supply blocked. He needs to start poking in with the Fox.
But I am worried about the economy like you brought up earlier, you know? I mean, Snake has been taking some good engagements, but...
Yeah, and I
think... You know, he could just get out-macroed here pretty easily.
I'm not sure, because he's been winning fights really well. Like, YST has been having bigger armies and losing fights.
YST even has a hidden base down here in the 6 o'clock position, working on that third.
Yeah, and the economy is not... Like, the economy difference is not that big. Snake is gonna lose this fight.
Yeah, I think YST just got the numbers here, man. 3 farms to 8.
He needs to focus fire the turrets.
He didn't have the squirrels to back up and attack the turrets, so a lot of those skunks getting really low, being pretty easily finished off by the Fox here. And another Owl is finally out, but Snake just needs some more farms. It's rough.
Yeah, he's getting really supply blocked.
And these turrets are kind of the last defense here for Snake, but they're slowly falling. YST is starting to march across the map. Gonna back it up for now, though. Maybe a little bit worried about the HP on the skunks.
Yeah, and he doesn't have many mice up at the moment.
Oh, this might be it for Snake, though. The last skunk falls. Oh, good shot on the skunk.
Oh, he does get the Owl again. Oh, but his Fox is gonna get him.
I think he can micro the Fox out of dying, but has he taken enough damage? Is the question.
YST almost gets the... He does get the expansion.
Ooh, there goes the fox. So I think that was Snake's last saving grace. He's gonna have to tap out after that.
It was a really good game.
Yeah, that was actually really cool. YST taking the match there. Snake with some really good plays, but just overall was a little bit too far behind in the money. And...
yeah, I think if he farmed up a bit more, he would have been fine.
Okay, so let's hop into stage 1 of Indruis.
Yeah, let me update the score real quick.
Yeah.
Alright, ready.
Okay.
Stage 1.
Yeah, I think I accidentally still have a stage 2 Indruis match on here. I'll get rid of.
Let me check if it's the... yeah, it's the right one.
Okay, you ready for stage 1 Indruis? Oh, I need to update the scoreboard. Who is Indruis? Have you heard of that player?
Not really. Let me see if I recognize his profile picture. Yeah, I think he's just a new player.
Sweet. Well, let's give it a go. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, spawning in the bottom right, opting for the Owl deck, we've got Indruis. And their opponent to the top left with the Toad Badger, we've got Snake, the Boss.
So yeah, I think Snake was the one who made the Toad deck work a couple of times. So we'll see if he can make it work this time too.
Yeah, Toad Cam. That is interesting. Yeah, you are pretty susceptible to kiting in the early game. I wonder how you would play this. Like, maybe you get up to like 3 to 6 toads. Like, can you just 8 farm double with toads, expand, build a few farms, get into double cam, maybe?
Yeah, you can definitely defend with 6 toads,
Right.
even though you're losing fights, but you can defend until you get your cam out.
Yeah.
And as long as you get your cam outs quick, you can defend against Pokken, although there's always the risk that you're getting kited. But I think that's what the balloon's for.
Yeah, you can just kind of hunker down on 2
Yeah, just
base,
stay
build a
around.
balloon, get your Badger up in like 6 cams, whatever toads you can
Exactly.
afford. So just going to start off with the cams, and I think that can work in a lot of cases, basically as long as your opponent doesn't have lizards. I mean, no moles here or anything like that. So Snake is going to come in and see the 8 farm double, see that it is squirrels. And going to grab some toads. Nope, just going to double cam. So not going to get punished for it.
Yeah, even if an Druid attacks, he should have a cam up by then.
Yeah, the cam is about 10 seconds out, so it will be nice and safe. And yeah, that was one thing I was thinking too, is maybe with this deck you go for like a 1 base play, or an extended, or a delayed second at the very least. Let's see,
Yeah.
Andrews wants to move across the map.
Sees the toad,
Ooh,
so
that
he
toad.
should expect cams.
He's definitely going to get a pig here. 1 cam is not enough to deal with this amount of squirrels. He needs to buy some time. Losing 1 pig's not the end of the world for Snake, though.
Yeah, I think you just need to adapt to these losses when you're playing the toad deck. But at this point, I think Snake's deck can definitely take 12 squirrels.
Right. Or at least look to return the favor on the second base with some cam ambushes or something like that. But yeah, four cams is really powerful. I think that's the case for a lot of the tier 2. Like, once they get into double numbers, the power kind of grows exponentially. Well, let's see what Snake wants to do. Right now, Indru is playing fairly well, you know, pretty up front, especially for a beginner. Maybe it's someone who rebranded as a new name, but you know, they went for the 8 farm double. They're getting the second base up. They're playing the macro game. They're scouting a lot. So far, so good. Snake gonna come in and see what's up. Sees Indruis is doing a lot of macroing, and there it is. There's Owl number 1. So Snake would love to see that tier 3, so they know that they're safe to build their own tier 3, but not gonna get that info just yet.
Snake building the balloon, which since Andrews is building owls, I think it's just gonna be a waste of food.
Yeah,
He's not gonna attack anytime soon.
right, and Injurious is up on farms. Camp harassment coming in, gonna grab a Warren or two before Injurious units can get over in position. The reveal happens, but not quite enough to get these cams on the way out.
Yeah, like that's why the reveal is so much fun against camps.
Yeah, I love the reveal against cams for sure. So the Badger is on the way, but Snake is just pretty far behind on economy again. And I wonder if that might cost him this match as well. Let's see.
I mean, he...
There we go, that's the scout he needed.
Yeah. He does need to be behind on eco to get the Badger out quick. And I don't know if the Badger's gonna be ready by the time the owl comes out.
It depends on how aggressive Indriz wants to be with his first owl. Is he going to wait for owls 2 and 3? Is he going to move out and try something? Well, all these balloons are coming down.
He's gonna have a much bigger army than Snake when his owl is ready. So he can definitely push here.
Yeah, I'm just really worried about the eco difference. And Indri's economy was invested in so long ago. Now it's all reward. The risk phase is over. So, like you said, he's going to have a bigger army if he decides to move out. Army graph is a little bit deceiving because it does count the balloons, and the balloons aren't going to be super critical in this. Well, I mean, you can target fire with the balloons now, so
yeah.
I wonder if Snake will make good use of that.
I mean, at this point, I think Drew is just going to take it really passively. He's getting another owl. So Snake is going to have like a very small window where he can win the game.
Yeah, and it's rough because even when you have the Badger here, you know, all of these squirrels, right, are tough to chew through. And yeah, you've got toads, which in theory can deal the AoE to the squirrels, but most of those toads are probably just going to blow up on mice.
Yeah, if he kites the mice well and he gets good toad engagements on the squirrels,
here's the engagement.
Oh, it's the owl.
Does get the owl, but are there enough remaining units from Indriz to clean this up? Oh, the Badger does make it out alive.
Yeah.
That actually went pretty well there.
But the eco advantage is just gonna be too overwhelming for Snake here.
Yeah,
like Indriz is just gonna be able to regroup and attack.
Yeah, he's on 3 bases now. He went to 3 owls as well, like right before that fight started. So I think if all that extra money was in squirrels, he probably would have won that a little bit more handily, but since he made a pretty big investment in future owls, that was part of the problem there. Snake, no pigeons for his poor Badger resorting to the water here.
I kind of would have liked an attack there, because Andrews doesn't have anything to stop the toads from hitting the squirrels, besides the skunks. So I think it's a mistake then Andrews gets his owls out.
I think Snake just needs to sell everything and build 80 toads. And blow up all the gristmills.
Exactly. Force a base trade.
You know, Badgers actually scale really, really well. We don't see that too often, but getting up to like 3 or 4 Badgers, I mean, it's so much damage and so much HP.
Yeah, but Snake has been behind so much this game, I don't think he can afford. The toads get really good connections there. And the Badgers ripped up.
Oh, Snake's starting to chew through this.
Snake is getting some really good engagements, but I think Druid's economy is just too overwhelming.
Yeah, what's nice for Druid is, yeah, he loses the owl, but he's got so many tier 1 warrens. These squirrels should just keep funneling out, and eventually this Badger, great micro by Snake there, bringing it back on 2 HP, but the Badger is going to need time to heal without the pigeons, and I think this is, like what you were saying earlier, like, Druid probably needs to attack right now while the Badger is not ready for another engagement.
I'm not sure anymore, because now Andrews does have 2 owls, and Snake did catch up on eco a bit.
Yeah, he got his 3rd base up and running. Getting up to 10 chameleons. That's awesome.
Yeah. And it's really difficult to go, like, to kill 10 chameleons with Andrews deck.
Andrews doing some scouting around here. Taking a quick peek, Snake revealing some mines. Those mines could come in handy if Snake decided to engage there, but now Druis is on the offensive. The mice are coming in, popping a lot of those toads prematurely, and the big engagement is starting. The Badger's gonna go down this time. The Cam's dying to the poison, and Druis is gonna sweep on through from here.
Yeah.
That went about as poorly for Snake as it possibly could have.
I don't think so. I don't think there was much he could do to stop the army from attacking. Like he had to choose. He had to choose between blowing up the toads against the mice or the squirrels, and
yeah, just like when that engagement started, all the toads got blown up, and then the badger died immediately. You know.
Right, but he had to blow up the toads against something, but he couldn't blow up. He couldn't blow up the toads against the mice and the squirrel at the same time.
Right. Yeah, I think ideally you'd want the mice to crash on the cams there. But
I think there was very little that Snake could have done to win that after the massive eco advantage that if you look at the eco graph, Druis was just ahead this whole time.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that wraps up stage 1 matches. Druis gonna move on with 4 lives left. We're gonna get into stage 2 here, and let's take a quick look at the stage 2 breakdown. So it's gonna be up against the kid. We're gonna have deck size of 9 with no toads. So let's see how this one shakes out. Looks like Marmu is up first. Let me adjust the scoreboard a little bit here. Marmu versus the kid. Cool. Boss number 2. All right, Marmu still has all his lives, right?
He does, yeah. I forgot to update the score quick.
Oh, good.
And Druis, 1-0. Right, ready.
All right, let's hop into stage number 2, Marmu. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Spy in the bottom left, the boss, the kid. And up in the top right, we've got the challenger, Marmu. Alright, I don't even know if it's worth even trying to talk about these decks here.
I mean, with 9 units, you can pretty freely pick whatever you want.
No owls out of Marmu, though. Going that boar snake route instead. Got the Falcons in the late game. I think that's maybe the most interesting. Oh, hang on, we got a 4-farm double out of the kid here. Has Marmu scouted it yet? Doesn't look like it, but he's actually...
He's building warrants anyway.
He's building a 5-farm double, so both these players wanted to rush each other. Oh, this could actually be super devastating for Marmu, though. If the kid can get over there right now, start hitting those warrants before lizards are out.
Yeah,
every second counts.
Pigs.
Yeah, there's no pigs to help defend, but the lizard will come out. Oh man,
yeah,
this
it's gonna be really hard for Marmu to win this.
The kid can snowball this to a victory if he controls this right. Not losing any lizards. Is this gonna be a quick GG? Marmu's gonna tap. Oh man, that is like that is a match for the Tooth and Tail 101 handbook right there. You know, that was amazing. Really, so basically, Marmu took a very, very slight gamble, right? So with the 5-farm double and the Warrens away from the pigs, the idea was, you know, let me shorten that rush distance every little bit that I can. But the only thing Marmu was basically thinking to himself was like, all right, I'm fine unless they 4-farm lizard me. And sure enough, that's exactly what the kid did. So honestly, risky opening getting punished there.
Honestly, I think the 4-farm opening got really popular when Meek started to do it.
Right.
I don't know if you played Meek in ranked.
Oh recently. Yeah, he's super aggressive.
Yeah, he got really good at doing 4-farm double Warren. It's just winning games in like less than a minute.
All right, you ready to see what happens in game number 2 here?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, spawning in the left side, the boss, the kid, up 1 match. And up top, the challenger, Marmu. Similar decks here, couple deviations. Marmu grabbing the Badger this time around, but again, the big difference I noticed, and it was the same in game 1, is that Marmu has Falcons and the kid has Owls, and you know they don't have that other unit, right?
Which other unit?
I mean, like Marmu doesn't have the Owls and the kid doesn't have the Falcons.
Yeah, Marmu put in some barbed wire, thinking that there's a way to flank from there, but
oh yeah, it's actually closed in.
yeah.
He hasn't quite got to scout the map just yet. Gonna come in, see an 8-farm opening so far. The kid as well, both players scouting each other. Really weird map. What were the deck or the map? Was there anything crazy with the map on this one? Nope, just generic vanilla maps.
Well, both players are gonna have to expand pretty far away from their main base.
Yeah. Oh, I meant like in the rules if there was any map changes, because I saw that's part of some of the stages.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is really weird for sure. It's kind of funny too because it's a bit symmetrical, but all the expansions over here on the right side definitely looks a little easier for Marmu to get into multiple bases. The kid actually in a pretty rough spot. You know, this 6 o'clock or so base is really the only one that seems super easy for him. Getting into like the 4 or 5 o'clock is going to be rough depending on how much map presence Marmu has on those other mills.
Yeah, even if both players expand, the kid has to be careful of Marmu attacking his main base, because it's gonna be pretty difficult for the kid to defend both bases if he expands.
Yeah, this tree line kind of creates an interesting funneling situation into the kid's main as well. How it kind of splits it off, where there's like this little ramp on the bottom of the tree line where the lizards are now, and then this big like top area. That could actually maybe be annoying for lizards or something like that from Marmu later on, but so far nothing crazy, just a lot of tier 1 from both sides.
The kid might be going for a one base win here.
Yeah, we're about getting to that point where it's like, alright, you should probably have an expansion started, but neither player has gone for it. We might be caught a little bit in that tier 1 chicken where you're a little bit worried. If you try to tech out of it, your opponent will run you over. Here comes Marmu for that expansion down. And the kid taking his own, so... Nice, cool delay. We got some parallel thoughts in this matchup, James, right? Like, both players were super aggressive early game. Match number 1. Match number 2, lots of tier 1 delayed expansions from both sides.
Yeah. I think especially in this map, both players are just scared of expanding.
James has a perfect spot to hide some tier 3 and chooses the boar, a great option when the opponent has so much tier 1.
Yeah. He did scout how much tier 1 the kid was building, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think I think it's been a while since Marmu's really been all the way to the main, but they've been poking and prodding the standing armies a little bit.
I like how the kid put his lizards like right in the path of his main base, because Marmu was trying to go for the flank, but the lizards were there to stop him.
Okay, so the kid trying to get a little bit of eco going, getting some turrets over here, trying to claim this middle ground. This game could actually get really interesting if it comes down to them fighting over these 3 remaining mills, because
I don't know, the board's gonna be pretty devastating when it comes out, and I don't think there's any reason for the kid to suspect the board's coming out.
Yeah, and it's basically going to be impossible for him to get in there, get that full scout with this positioning of Marmu's army at the moment. Maybe he can get lucky and sneak in from the side, but just going to go for the lizard harassment for now.
We get the mill here.
Yeah, you should.
Just hard.
Ooh, didn't quite get that other pick.
But yeah, the board's building, and at this point, the kid can't really build tier 1 or tier 2. He tries to get the expansion.
Yeah, getting that mill a little bit softened up, but yeah, the kid is going to be completely blindsided by this boar. I mean, Marmu has almost the same amount of tier 1. Well, basically, he's got more tier 1 at the moment, actually. The kid investing a lot into these turrets and into the second base, but...
You can kill the boar with tier 1, but just with the rest of Marmoot's army, I don't think he'll be able to do it.
Right. Yeah, this floor has a lot of protection and all the funneling in
Yeah.
of the lizards there. He gets to second base, and there's actually a lot of farms that were building, so Marmu did not cancel those. So he did deal a lot of damage to Marmu, but Marmu's on fire right here.
Yeah, he definitely has the momentum now to win. So unless the kid goes for a base race, there's no way.
Yeah, the kid's trying to threaten that counterattack, but Marmu's units are right in the middle there, going to catch all that tier 1. And this should be checkmate as the boar stomps through.
Marmu does try to go for the base race, but doesn't have enough lizards for it.
Yeah, pretty smart of Marmu to knock out a lot of those warrens, just make sure the kid can't re-rally enough to get across the map with.
Yeah, I'm being really careful for the base race.
Yeah, he's got the kid's units boxed in here. That is going to be a nice victory here for Marmu. Gonna advance to boss number 3, stage number 3, with 3 lives left. The kid fighting to the last breath here. We'll watch some roasting. There it is, nicely done. Okay.
Marmu did lose a life there, right?
Yeah, he lost a life in the first match with the 5 farm double versus the 4 farm double. So that means we are going back to YSTMB.
Marmu.
And how many lives does YSTMB have?
I think he has 2. Oh, he has 4 actually.
Okay, he won his game.
Yeah.
Why do I not remember that one?
It was the one where he the really clutch back and forth Owl Fox game.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Where Snake killed a bunch of owls, but it just
yeah, Snake had some good engagements, but just was too behind on economy.
Yeah.
Okay, so YSTMB has 4 lives. Let me update that. All right, are you ready to roll?
Yep.
Cool, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, spawning on the left side, we've got the kid. And his opponent to the right, breaking the rules. We've got YST with the toads.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe he doesn't...
Yeah, maybe he doesn't build the toads?
Yeah, that's why the kid didn't say anything.
Well, let's find out. I don't know if Gent is watching, if it is pretty late over there.
I think if he does build the toads, he should at least redo the games.
Yeah, we'd have to leave that up to the TOs, I guess. Oh, he's watching. You see this? You see this blasphemy, gentlemen? Toads in your stage number 2.
I mean, honestly, in stage number 2, since you have 9 units, many of them aren't being used anyway, so maybe YST is just flexing.
He's just trying to be a bad boy.
Yeah, he's just flexing like he can win with 8 units.
He's smoking cigarettes in the bathroom.
Exactly.
Alright, 8 farm mill coming out of YST. The kid just open it up with 8 farm double lizard. I don't know, man. He's gonna see the lizards and then he's gonna build those toads.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Yeah, like you said, you would think the kid would have called him out.
If he did build the toads.
If he did build the toads, or maybe he builds the toads and loses anyways. I don't know. We'll find out. We got some drama. Some drama Tuesday here.
The kid bring his lizards forward. Pretty late game map too. Like the rush distance is so long.
Yeah. Fairly even. You know, both sides have pretty easy 3 bases. I mean, I guess the 4th base at the 6 o'clock looks pretty favored for YST, but good lizard harassment there by the kid, knocking out a couple pigs.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to turn the game volume down just slightly. It's going to be a little bit overwhelming. I'll fast forward and catch back up to you.
Oh, sure. I'll stop the...
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to say, I'm at 233.
Okay, let me...
I probably messed that up.
Alright, fine.
Yeah, I'm at 240 now. So 3 farms on the second base for both sides. The kid's still just looking around for some harassment with the lizards here. Clearing out some cabins. Gonna clear these avenues for later on. Gonna push in. Should get a pig here, depending on how many lizards he's willing to sacrifice. Backs out.
Forces the sell. And no toads yet, so I think YST is just flexing the toads.
He's just being a bad boy. He's gonna hop on his motorcycle with his leather jacket after this game.
Exactly.
Alright, skunk's on the way. Squizzard here for the kid. And YST needs to be careful, knows that this is a little bit of a vulnerable spot. The kid's gonna climb it, crash it anyways. Does get the sell on one pig, but another pig goes down. Yeah. 2 pigs dead.
Yeah, I'm surprised the kid did as well as he did.
Yeah. I mean, he took a little bit of a disfavorable trade army-wise, but you're totally happy with that with 2 pigs and a map this big.
Definitely. At this point, if the kid can stop YST from farming up, there's nothing... Well, he himself farms up.
Alright, still just Mass Squizzard here. Ooh, YST not in position. He rallied all his units towards the main base. I wonder if he's thinking about moving out here soon, but the kid just coming in again. Attacking from the same angle, and oh my gosh, did you see where the commander was? That was super rough. Oh, and then he rallied his units over. Just totally out of position here. The kid slamming through, getting that base for free.
Yeah. I think YST was predicting the kid from coming from that direction.
Right. Like, he thought he was going to change it up.
Yeah.
You know, but kid actually took that proxy mill down here, start building some defense, but gonna get busted in the process.
Doesn't get the cell in the balloon. I mean, he's not gonna be able to keep the expand, but he's so ahead after getting that expansion.
Right. Yeah, I mean, his economy is triple that of his opponent at the moment. YST in a rough spot, did already retake the mills, starting to rebuild on the economy, but basically that's the name of the game. A lot of times in these situations is, you know, if you can get the second base of your opponent on 2 bases, you know, that's normally checkmate. Sometimes, depending on how that engagement went, you know, the opponent might have an opportunity for a last, you know, all-in to try to return the favor, which YST is going for right now, but will he have enough units here?
I don't think so. Although all the units are going through the skunk gas.
Yeah, 4 skunks. Pretty good against tier 1, but overwhelming units here from the kid. Gonna hold it.
Doesn't even lose a pick. He loses a lot of warrants, but he just rebuilds those easily.
Yeah, it's gonna just kind of go from bad to worse as the main base farms are all fallowing out here.
Yeah, this map was just really good for lizards.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see YSC try to build some turrets down here, you know, to protect the second base, but it's always a rough investment to really get into defense.
Yeah, you still have to defend the turrets against this amount of lizards. It was a rough map against lizards, for sure.
Alright, the kid is going to take it. No toads built, and the toad defender lost anyways, so I guess no harm, no foul that time around. Alright, let's get into the next match, though, and see if YSC can manage to get to stage 3 with an extra life, or is he going to go down 2 right here? Are you ready?
Ready.
Let's get it. 3, 2, 1, go. Spawning on the right-hand side. No toads this time around. We got YST. And their opponent up top, the kid.
Yeah. Honestly, I think this is how stage 2 has been going recently. Like either both players go really heavy on tier 1 because of the lack of toads, or both players take a really late game, get their tier 3 out. And most people get the wolf to buff the tier 3 faster.
Yeah, let's see. Squizzard out of both players. The kid is actually a little bit lacking on like punchy tier 2, you know? Got the ferrets, got the snakes. But you know, snakes are pretty decent in a lot of nothing that does really good against a lot of tier 1, I guess I should say.
Yeah. I think that kid's deck is more focused on taking it to the late game, where you get your like 3 tier 3s out. You know, get your wolf buff badger.
Yeah, I think so.
Like 5 owls.
And I like how he's got that like ferret turret balloon like up his sleeve. You can kind of get into that if the map will allow for it in the situation. Nothing crazy yet. Again, this map looking in a way symmetrical. You know, a couple mills in the front yard for both sides, and then a far away mill kind of on both players' side of the board here.
It does look better for YST. With the ferrets and balloons and structures, he can stop his or the kid's third expansion pretty easily.
Yeah, let's give this game a moment to warm up here, see what these players ultimately decide to go for. The kid looking for a little bit of trouble. And gonna get it. Nice. And back up for now. Second base already up and running for YST. And the kid taking one as well, moving in, trying to get some more harassment done with these lizards. YST's really gotta make some lizards of their own and then like try to keep the opponent. I find that could be pretty effective against lizard players a lot if you try to like flip the coin on them, you know, and start harassing them with the lizards.
It's still kind of risky though.
Look at these turrets right here on the front line. This could be devastating here for YSC. Does have some snakes he can try to poke those down with, but the kid's got the perfect follow-up to these turrets here. Can start building balloons and ferrets. Just going to go for the snakes for now.
I mean, if YST now just has to take it slow. Like, make sure that the kid's lizards don't get any value like this.
Yeah, losing the commander right there.
Yeah.
2 pigs, maybe a third. Nope, just going to try to get home with a couple lizards remaining.
He did kill 6 lizards, which at least is even value on food. Like, he's going to take this as like momentum to attack.
Yeah, he's going to see if he can get something done. The kid's actually playing a little bit greedy here. Doesn't have a lot of standing units at the moment. The snake is on the way.
Yeah, and the YST's reinforcements are going through the turrets.
Ooh, will the snake die? Yes, it will. Really wants to get this tier 2 Warren. I don't blame him.
YST's losing so much here.
Oh, no. Yeah, that rally is unfortunate.
Yeah.
And if he would have got that tier 2 Warren, that would have been nice, but...
Yeah, I think after losing the farms... I think losing the farms was fine. He lost momentum. But after attacking there, I think he just gave the kid like a big advantage.
Alright, YST with the farms on the second base, has the economy stabilized for now. The kid still has one turret up though, and a snake, just building a lot of lizards. But once a squizzard comes out, that'll be pretty good against just pure lizard and snake. But if the kid can kind of keep the engagements on the turret's in such a good spot because the kid can just bounce in, harass the natural, and then run back to the turrets.
Yeah. YST kind of stabilized a bit.
Yeah, things are not looking bad. We're pretty even in this game, I'd say, you know?
Yeah. I feel like the kid's still a bit ahead. But with the turrets, it gives YST a small window to come back. You can just take the game slow, like eco up, build tier 2, tier 3. The balloon's gonna be an issue.
Yeah, the YC's got balloons of his own and does have a lot of options for tier 2 and tier 3.
Yeah,
Maybe
but now,
the move here is just like you said, hang back, maybe get into the third base, try to out macro the opponent.
yeah.
Ferret's
Now with
coming
the
in though.
yeah, ferrets from the kid, and now with the balloon up, it's the kid should be able to poke, but if YST also gets the balloon, which he's not.
Yeah, I was gonna say the kid should see that balloon being trying to be built there with the awesome vision that his own balloon grants, and does shut it down before it gets rolling.
Yeah, the balloon's just gonna give the kid a lot of opportunities to poke here. And it looks like YST knows that is going for a flank here.
Yeah, YSC might be just trying to base race this, or at least just base
Like
trade,
fight it.
I should say. Or no, just gonna try to take a big fight outside of the defenses, but that re-rally is probably gonna really hurt.
Yeah,
Walking through all the defense.
he does kill the snakes, and he's gonna get the expansion here.
Oh wow, actually getting really lots of damage on the second base, even knocking it out. Yeah, the kid has so much invested in the defense, plus the ferrets, which weren't really there to help out in that fight.
Yeah, the kid had a lot of farming in structures. It's kind of hard.
The kid's starving now, trying to get something done here. Can sell off a little bit of defense, but YST still doesn't want to fight under all those structures. Again, gonna go to try for the base trade instead. Which I think he'll actually be able to get. The kid can't rebuild anything just yet. Yeah, this should be a victory for YST. Really clever way to end this. I mean, it looked like the kid really had him in a stranglehold there, but just went around the defense, attacked at the right time, and there you go.
Just the age-old strategy of going around defenses.
Yeah, man. Okay, got a few more for y'all tonight. We are going to hop to stage number 4. Let's take a quick look at stage number 4's rules before we get into it. So maps are extra large, 5-unit decks. Only Squirrel, Artie, and Tier 3 are allowed. Awesome. Must pick between these units, yeah. Okay. This is going to be interesting. Or is it just going to be a bunch of owls?
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna go into a bunch of owls, honestly.
I don't know, man. Let's find out. Maybe you can get the boars up and the badgers. I mean, the owls aren't as great without the snakes to back them up, I suppose. But let me update the scoreboard here.
Yeah, I mean, actually, since people don't have tier 2, I feel like badger and boar are gonna be like a lot better than
or even the fox. You know, it's like they have artillery, but you can kind of dance around the artillery a bit.
I don't think anybody's gonna pick artillery at this stage.
Oh yeah, I guess you do get to pick. It's just 5 units.
Yeah, artillery just gets destroyed by like boar, badger, and owl.
Right, that makes sense. How many lives does R22 have? Let me check.
I think he has 4.
R22 does have 4 lives on stage 4. Looking good. Okay. Awesome. You ready to hop into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, I'm curious what people will select. You're saying no Arties. Let's get into this. In the bottom left, R22, the boss. Or, I'm sorry, the challenger. And the boss in the top, we've got Epicosity.
I feel like the fox is also going to be like hard to pull off in this stage. Because it is going to be good against the tier 3, but against mass squirrels and owls, it's going to be tough to justify the fox.
I'd like to see a wolf fox boar approach maybe, because you don't really need to micro the boar. It's hard to do stuff like badger fox sometimes because both units demand micro. But something like boar fox could probably work. The boar to clean up all the mice.
I feel I feel like that still loses to 3 owls.
Maybe.
Yeah, with no mice support. Because the board can only damage so many mice at the same time.
But if it's 3 owls, wouldn't it be 2 boars and a fox? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you also want the wolf in there.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you'd have wolf, boar, fox.
Maybe they
Yeah.
should make wolf tier 1.
Yeah, just tier 1 wolf. I could dig it. Just
Yeah.
like a little pupper.
Yeah, like 3 of them.
And they only buff like 1 or 2 units or something. Oh my god. Who does the custom units? We need a puppy wolf. Alright, quick expansions from both sides. This is kind of interesting though. I mean, it's a big map. I think it has to be a big map though. I think that was part of it. Extra large maps here.
I don't think it's gonna matter though. Like the rush distance is relatively short.
Yeah,
especially
for a big map, it is still pretty short. But I guess the intent is to stop players from just like mass squirrel and ignoring everything else of the game, of the special rules, you know.
Yeah. I feel like in this stage, the goal is to just build as much tier 3 as you can. Because Jed, I'm not sure who he tested the stages with, but I think he wants like a certain theme for each stage.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It seems very Wild West kind of, you know, gun at the hip, stare down type thing, right? Like just waiting. Like, all right, are you building tier 3? When does it say for me to build tier 3?
Both players scared to go for the first tier 3 though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta be careful when you throw that down. You don't want to get blindsided by a bunch of squirrels. So I think scouting very, very critical in this rule set in particular. You know, seeing how many farms are on the expansions, desperately trying to find which tier 3 it is and how many tier 3. Both sides looking pretty hard, but no tier 3s just yet. However, now that we're on 8 farm saturation on the natural, I think the next progressive step would be a tier 3, unless you want to take one of these third bases.
Yeah, Epicosity, yeah, trying to hide his tier 3 war.
So Owl for Epicosity, Fox for R22, and R22 gonna look for an expansion as well. Yeah, Owl seems real rough though, because on the one hand you don't have the snakes to help out with the owls, but I do agree now that I'm thinking about it, like going for the fox like this, like most of the time the fox first, you know, the fox is more of an early to mid game tier 3 in general, so you do kind of naturally want to get it out first, but you know, against
and usually when you run fox against owl, for example, you usually have snakes and camps to deal with the mice first.
Right.
But since players only have tier 3 in this stage, it's hard to justify the fox. Although he is gonna get it out before or Epicosity.
Yeah, Epicosity actually changed his mind, sold off the Owl Warren, and went for a Wolf Warren instead. And that was on the back of scouting the Badger Warren from R22. Never did see the Fox Warren.
Yeah, Epicosity, yeah, exactly. He saw the Badger Warren and thought, "Ooh, I better sell my owl." But
Right.
he didn't see that the fox was building first.
Oh, this could be really, really good for R22, because now the Fox should be able to beat the Badger, but the Fox is so far ahead here of the Wolf Badger. That's probably why he went for the Wolf. Well, I guess he went for the Wolf because he was thinking my Wolf Badger will beat just regular Badger, right? But this is a lot of tier 1, man. When you get this many tier 1, the Fox is not super effective.
I think R2 waited too long to poke with his fox though. Like Epic should have his tier 3 ready.
Yeah, R22 does need to move out and start getting something on the map. Maybe he's trying to hide the fox. No, now he's starting to move him.
I don't know. It's too late now to get any like serious damage done though. He's gonna get a pig or two. Here. Yeah.
Especially because Epicosity is out on the map. Oh, you should actually focus those pigs.
Yeah.
But
Epicosity is not. Yeah. There's just 2 pigs there. And R22 is also gonna have a Badger Wolf ready soon.
Yeah, so that fox pretty much paid for itself. It got 2 pigs and a couple squirrels. But now R22 is just kind of getting the full gambit of all the tier 3 available. Everything but the boar.
And he is ahead in economy too.
Yeah, he's
So
got
it
that third
possibly
base
needs to do
going.
something here.
Alright, here we go. That's so many squirrels out of Epicosity. Okay, it
It's
looks like
so
the
hard.
Badger is being microed.
R22 squirrels had a hard time finding a place to shoot at.
Oh my god, those Badgers just got deleted.
Wow.
Wow, Epicosity just slamming through. So a lot of R22 squirrels couldn't find tiles, huh?
Yeah. Well, Epicosity squirrels were already shooting.
Dang, that was super one-sided.
Yeah.
Look at that army value graph. Yeah, those squirrels planted their feet first, man. R22 needed to defend before he got to that high ground, I suppose.
Yeah.
And Epicosity gonna claim a life of one of the challengers here.
It was, yeah. I think R22 could have handled that fight easily if it was out in the open. He even had more army value there.
Right. Yeah, I thought for sure R22 would get it, but just goes to show you, I mean, positioning is really, really important.
Yeah. There was a moment at the start of the fight where I was gonna say like Epicosity squirrels weren't finding spaces to shoot from, but then R22 squirrels did worse, so.
Are you ready to hop into the next one?
Yeah, really.
Let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, spawning in the bottom, fresh off a win, we've got Epicosity. And his opponent up top, R22, the challenger. Now this is a map, James.
Yeah.
Look how many trees there are. This is insane.
Yeah, it's gonna be so awkward for both players to move.
Oh, wow. Look at the spawn for Epicosity, though, man. He's got a natural base, and that is it.
Well,
All the
R22
rest of the mills
also
are up on the top side of the map.
I mean, R22 is also gonna have a hard time expanding a third time.
Yeah, look how awkward it is, actually. I mean, this base that's, like, to the bottom right of R22's main, look at how he'd
Yeah.
have to path over there.
Exactly. Like to get to those three bases, he has to go all the way around, like these rocks and trees.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, once you have the base, it'll be easy to burrow over there, but it will still be really difficult to respond to attacks, you know?
Maybe not, though. Like,
if R22, I guess, keeps his army, like, where this mill is, where he just expanded, you know?
and he should have an easy time doing so.
Man. Okay, the pathing is really awkward, but it still stinks for poor Epi here that he only gets one extra mill, but that's all you need, man. If you can make it happen on two bases.
I mean, the last game ended on two bases, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Most games are two bases, and if Epicosity really wanted, he could probably get away with taking this like 9 or 10 o'clock base over on the side. You know, something like that.
Also, I feel like both players are gonna feel safer building tier 3s early in this map.
Oh, for sure. I would have loved to see just like an 8 farm tier 3 or something.
Yeah.
8 farm Fox.
Honestly, in a map like this, it's gonna be hard to punish like a quick 8 farm tier 3 war.
If there was ever a map in a play style or rule set for an 8 farm Fox, this was definitely it.
I don't think Fox would be good at this map. It looks kind of linear.
That is true. There aren't a lot of avenues to get around and harass and stuff, but hey, you get it out really early, your opponent's only got squirrels, you know, you can probably get in there, kill a pig or two. Okay, let's see, R22 looking around, and another thing that's interesting about this map being so large is it's going to take a long time for your scouting cycles, like to actually get over there and see what's going on. Boar on the way for Epicosity. R22 is going to actually see that pretty quickly. No, he's not. He goes and looks into the natural. Does not see it.
If Epic... And R22 is getting the wolf. If Epic gets this boar out quick and attacks as soon as the boar comes out, he should have an easy time winning the game.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the right choice for R22 there was the fox. The wolf is not going to do enough against this big boar push, or even the badger probably would have been fine. But R22 trying to play the macro game here, I think, with that wolf. You
Yeah.
know, just get the economy going.
He should expect that tier 3 coming out, but he really needs to scout that it's a boar. Although, building a badger, he is gonna have that badger out quick with the wolf buff.
So now he does see the boar. Knows that the warren is built, so he's got less than a minute to think of something before this boar is here.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's just gonna go for it. I think this might be a good idea. Try to push in. I don't know.
Yeah, because R22 should have the wolf out, but he's gonna have issues getting the badger out, especially since he has to pay for it.
Yeah, and I really like this. Oh, that's a good point. If he would have moved out right there, then that badger would have been supply block for sure, because all the money would have been rebuilding squirrels. But
Epic going in, and
this is super lean by Epicossi. You know, all of his money being sunk into the squirrels, besides the one boar.
Yeah, and R22 doesn't even have a tier 3 out yet. He's buffing the badger warren now, but I don't think it's gonna be able to defend against all this.
Man. And that was another situation where the positioning at the start of the fight was just so good for Epicossi. R22's units not on tiles, trying to find tiles, moving around. Here's that wolf buff badger, but I don't think it's going to be enough to stop this onslaught.
Yeah, quick win from Epic. It's a shame that R22 didn't scout the boar.
Yeah, he scouted it late, but wasn't quite in time to really do anything about it. So, nice win there for Epicossi, showing you how it's done. Taking 2 lives from one of the challengers, R22. And we're going to hop into a couple Stage 5 matches to end things out here. Let's take a quick look at what's going on in Stage 5 on this wonderful website. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh, it's getting some big pimpintosh. Map size large and random decks. Oh, deck size is random, but mandatory mirror random decks. Interesting. So they have to coordinate that, right? So they're probably on Discord, like, okay, roll a random number between 1 through 9.
I mean, that's what I was gonna ask. Can you random, like, if you set your max number of units to 9, does it random the amount of units you pick?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I've ever messed around with playing with non-default deck sizes.
Yeah,
I'd imagine they just have to coordinate this. Like, the way I see it happening is, you know, they just use a random number generator, get something between 1 and 9, and then one of them presses the random button, and then they both select that deck. That would be how I'd figured it would work, but...
I think Tosh just explains how to do it. Anyway.
Oh, the deck size is random. I forgot to do that against Airlu, he says. Alright, let me set up this. So we got Night Slayer. How many lives does Night Slayer still have? Can you check? Let's go with Knights. Tosh. I'm boss 5 here. Let's see if I can find him. Standings. Night Slayer has 2 lives left. Okay. Nice. 2 lives against Tosh. So Tosh can knock out Night Slayer right here if he beats him both times.
Yeah. But Night Slayer is one of the best players right now, so he's not gonna get down without a fight.
That's very true. Are you ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, Night Slayer, a great player. Spawning in the bottom right side. The opponent up top. The boss, Tosh. I love these decks.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun stage.
This is gonna be good. Wow. I don't even know, like, poor skunks.
Yeah,
I feel like the skunks are, like, super irrelevant here. I don't know.
You don't even build skunks. I don't know how to play this.
Alright, this is where I'm getting my hopes up for a Toad Magode blowing up a mill here.
I mean, the only way to kill turrets are with toads.
Yeah. So you're gonna mass up a bunch of turrets,
Yeah,
and then
I just put mines in front of it.
and then the enemy's gotta blow those up with their toads to get the fox through. Well, actually, my wish will come true unless this gets to some wonky starvation situation. Like, the only way you can win is to blow up the enemy's mills with toads.
Yeah.
Unless I guess you get some kind of proxy turret thing, but that can't really happen the way territories work unless they build a mill basically in range of the turret. So
And this is probably the worst map to build structures in.
yeah, there's so much room. That's very true. There's so much room to like wiggle around.
This map is so open, and the mills are so far away from your main base.
This is actually the second base is much better for Tosh here.
Tosh building the skunks.
Yeah, get those skunks. Yeah, 8 farm fox. Oh my god.
I mean,
here it is. I thought we missed our chance for it, but we see the 8 farm fox.
yeah. I
Here
mean, what's
tonight.
Tosh gonna do about it?
So I've been saying I want to see toads explode mills, and I've been saying I want to see 8 farm fox, and I think I'm gonna get both of my wishes granted in this game. But yeah, look at this second base for Tosh. Like, so defendable. I mean, the ramping is horrible for Knight to try to get into that.
Yeah. And I mean, both players don't have anything for the mines either, so once a mine gets down, it's gonna stay there, pretty much.
Yeah, you
Until
just need
something triggers it.
the toads. Toads to minesweep for you.
Tosh going heavy on the farms, maybe knowing that Night Slayer can't get through the mines. He does sell the skunks, which is...
Yeah, Tosh has no units right now besides 2 mines.
Well, Night Slayer can't really do anything about it.
And look at this, dumping that strong economy into just a ton of mills.
Yeah.
Basically just gonna know, like, Night Slayer cannot expand without Tosh knowing about it now. And it's weird. It feels like Night Slayer's build order is more quote-unquote correct, but Tosh's seems better. I know that's a really weird statement to say.
I mean, Tosh got eco up quick, so now if he puts a bunch of structures down, it's gonna be really hard for Night Slayer to break through.
Like, you got this fox, but you gotta have the toads to minesweep.
Yeah, and if the toads... Yeah, the toads are gonna hit the mines, and he's not gonna have anything for the turrets.
Alright.
Yeah, I think Tosh played this perfectly. Again, all the mills he can. Putting down a bunch of defenses. I feel like he should put more defenses on. Yeah. Like,
These rules seem like really good for Tosh, because he's very comfortable playing random decks and playing a bunch of different styles, you know? This is Tosh in his wheelhouse here for sure.
I mean, I would have preferred seeing some more turrets instead of the skunks.
Yeah,
Because
the skunks seem unneeded. Oh, but losing the commander there. But Tosh has got nothing to capitalize.
Yeah, Tosh can't stop this. Yeah, he needed to build a lot more turrets to defend that.
Now, keep in mind, Tosh does have a few farms everywhere, so even after all that damage, he's still ahead on economy. These toads doing a good job of busting through the turrets.
I mean, the skunks getting some damage on the units, but both players went for skunks.
Oh, I think Night Slayer wanted to, like, camp the fox, but then realized, oh crap, my fox is low HP. I will be the one who's one-shotted.
Yeah. I guess they're building the skunks to minesweep.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand the skunks here. Maybe it just feels natural.
I do think they're using it to minesweep and then get the toads to the turrets.
Yeah.
I mean, Tosh is still ahead in economy.
Yeah, after all that damage.
Yeah.
Night Slayer is still behind. All these toads coming in, though. Is he gonna get baited into the mines? The mines go off, but don't destroy all the toads. He's trying to blow up the fox with the toads. Doesn't quite happen.
Yeah.
Now, is Night Slayer scouted? I mean, he knows about one of the other bases down there.
He shouldn't know.
Oh, here we go. Come on, blow up that main. Let's see it. Let's see it. Oh, no. He's probably smarter to not do it. Just kill all the pigs.
Oh,
There it is. That's what I just wanted to see that. That was
I
quite
feel
sick.
like, yeah, I feel like Night Slayer doesn't know about Tosh's economy here.
No, he doesn't. He probably thinks he just won the game. Like, he does see that bottom base if he's been paying attention on his mini-map.
Yeah.
But Tosh is really resilient. I mean, he took a lot of damage there, but he's nowhere near out of this game.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't have enough defenses here to defend against Night Slayer.
Blow it up. Yes!
There
Alright.
you go.
This is the best game I've ever seen.
Yeah. Tosh has some toads now, but it's definitely not going to be enough to stop the fox.
Yeah, I think Night Slayer's got the momentum now. He's
Yeah.
found all of the secret pigs. Just building those turrets right on top of the fox. Oh, it's actually going to box him in. No, he sells them.
It would have done some damage to the fox.
Yeah, it would have forced the fox to continue northwest, too. Tosh is hunkered down in this last quadrant, and still ahead on economy after all of that. What a weird game.
Yeah, no kidding.
Ooh, that's a dead fox!
He does get the fox.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, Tosh did lose a lot of food, but killing the fox there was big. It's kind of hard to commentate on this game. Like, I don't know.
Is this the start of the big pimping comeback?
I don't think so, but anything can happen in this game.
Like, he's got a similar amount of toads. He's a little ahead on economy. He's about to have his fox up. He's got the fox now.
You can poke some toads now, at least.
Yeah. You know, fox sniping toads.
And I mean, Night Slayer's, like, farms and his expansion are starting to follow out. While
Yeah,
Tosh still has
that's
like
true.
a healthy amount.
That's a
And he
really good point, because this is like a brand new base for Tosh, you know?
Yeah, and he has the fox now to defend. And he rebuilt, or Night Slayer never got the mill in the middle from Tosh, so he's starting to farm up there too.
Can we just play all matches of Tooth and Tail with only Toad, Fox, and turrets?
Please no.
That's all you need. Do you really need any other units?
Please no. To have fun or to play the game?
Just from now on, I'm gonna message Andy. Just delete all the units. Oh!
Tosh loses the fox.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting a mine right there.
Yeah,
Dang, that was so much carnage.
he's gonna try to rebuild it.
Now, Night Slayer is stabilizing on a fresh base over here. And he's got a fox. He's gonna move around. Snipe this pig. That's a good catch. Oh, he can kind of wiggle through here. Sees those mines going down, which is nice to know. Ooh, playing a little greedy here. He knows how to path around these mines, though.
Yeah, gets out before the fox comes out. Oh. Gets really close to the mine.
Playing with fire.
And I mean, Tosh's fox is gonna be out soon.
Oh,
Night
needs to
Slayer
run
get out of
away.
here.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, the fox goes through the water. No.
Oh, lead him back to your mines. No, don't stop. Oh,
he stopped?
he let go of the rally unit button, and it shot Tasha's commander.
Those mines are dangerously close to the fox.
Oh, I thought Night Slayer was about to bait that fox into those mines. That was a really big blunder there for Night Slayer, unfortunately. Now Tosh has
Tosh is going for the warren.
really good spot.
Doesn't quite get it.
Oh my god, if these toads kill this fox, please. I don't ask for much. Oh, what if they catch him? Oh, the turrets are gonna get it! Oh my gosh.
The fox was cornered anyway.
It's one of the craziest games I've ever seen. Alright, let's
It's just
go.
the first game in stage 5.
Toads coming in.
Quite enough.
Oh, one more? One more?
I don't think so. You need
Just-
one more.
Just one more. That's all you need. Bam, there it is. Alright, Tosh checking out the 6 o'clock, seeing what's going on down there. Night Slayer grabbing these mills. Just mainly for base race purposes, but also just as a 60 food kind of way to know what Tosh has and what he doesn't.
Yeah, at this point, Night Slayer does have Tosh pretty contained.
Coming in from the back here, getting some snipes off.
Tosh could snipe the Fox here again.
Oh, nice. That's exactly what Tosh needed. This is getting a little rough for Tosh.
Yeah, he's getting really behind on farms at this point.
He does have enough toads to slam through here, I think, though. Start getting some of his own bacon.
Does get the turret. Doesn't quite get the pigs.
Oh, that.
And Night Slayer supply blocked on the Fox. And he's gonna have to sell some warrants to build the Fox again.
Oh, this is huge for Tosh.
Yeah. Tosh has a window here to win. Yeah, Night Slayer doesn't even have food to build turrets or anything.
Yeah, he's only got a few toads, which aren't really gonna do very well. Slamming into the enemy toads. And Tosh is starting to push through. Gonna kill the last pig here shortly.
I think Tosh just wins here.
Yeah. What a crazy back and forth match, but 12 minutes in. Let's see what other tricks Night Slayer's got up his sleeve. Was able to sell off enough junk to get another Fox rolling. Can come over here, plant down a couple pigs. Keep in mind, Tosh is only on a couple farms of his own here, so...
So whoever kills the Fox here is gonna win.
Yeah, this is really coming down to the point where you can't really afford another Fox.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, to technically win the game, you gotta spend a lot of money on toads to blow up these grist mills, right?
I feel like now both players... Like, if their Fox dies again, they're not gonna have enough food to rebuild anything.
I wonder if this could be a rare situation of like a draw.
I don't think so.
Ooh!
The Toad Fox hit.
the old Toad Fox combo we've been seeing since 2017. Very classic way to kill the enemy Fox in a mirror matchup.
Tosh trying to get one last Fox up. But yeah, Night Slayer is gonna snipe the last pig there.
But you see what I mean? Like, if you really want to be a jerk, you can just sit here in the game. Like, you can build a turret. Well, I guess you can't build enough turrets to defend your farm. Like, I think it's 10 or 11 toads to kill a mill.
I think it's 9 with the structure kit hit. And I think with the latest patch, the mill like varies in health. Like it
I remember we saw that on a replay, and I think it was like... I think it was 10. I could be wrong. But yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, but doesn't the mill like change health now? Like it starts with 80 health and then every like so many seconds again it's like 10 or something.
Oh yeah, it's kind of that situation with like a Zerg unit getting hit but then like regenning like 1 HP or something.
No, I think that's
gone.
No, I think like the mill, when you start building the mill, it builds up with 80 HP, and then every 30 seconds or something, it gains 10 HP, 10 extra HP.
Oh, 1 HP on the enemy Fox. Tosh running for his life.
Yeah.
Ooh. Alright, is Tosh tapping out? There it is. What a match.
Yeah, it was really close.
Jeez, Louise. I don't even know what to think.
Mm.
Good job, Night Slayer. Oh man, that is one of the most unique games I think I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of matches. All right, stage 5, we've got this guy against Tosh. Let's take a quick peek at how many lives this guy has remaining. This guy has 1 life left.
Really?
Yeah, he's down to the wire here.
Well, he only has 3 more bosses to go, and your lives get reset at the last stage.
Right. So if he can make it all the way there, he'll get all his lives back for the finals.
He will have to beat Meek twice though, which is easier said than done.
Okay, you ready to get into this guy, game 1 here?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, spawning in the bottom, we've got Big Pimpatosh. And the challenger to the right, this guy. So this will be a much different match this time around. Sadly, no Toad. What is it? Toad, Skunk, Fox, Mine, Turret. Man.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely better.
This is more of a normal match here.
Well, I wouldn't call it normal, but there's more options.
What's not normal about Toad and Mole in the tier 1 slot?
Oh yeah.
That's as standard as it gets.
Nothing can possibly go wrong.
Owl Wolf. Now, what I think is kind of cool is you could maybe go like the Cam Falcon Wolf route, you know, or you go like the Owl route for the late game. We'll see if that kind of diversion happens or not.
Yeah, the right response here is gonna be to build tier 2 early, but both players have to be careful about moles. Sniping the tier 2 wards.
Speaking of moles, Tosh was thinking about getting dirty maybe, but no.
I think it was just scouting what this guy was doing.
Oh yeah, just kind of waiting, seeing what the early game was. Fast tier 2 makes a lot of sense on this map. Both players are going to go for it. Ooh, Tosh with the Falcons. That is a nice choice. Can try
smart.
to abuse some of this terrain here.
Yeah. Oh, and I mean, this guy doesn't have anything for the Falcons.
Right.
Like, Tosh knows that the only unit that can hit Falcons are Falcons.
Yeah, that's true. I guess he does know exactly what is in this guy's deck. So unless this guy went for Falcons as well... Oh, wow, like, the only unit in the whole deck that can even shoot up is the Falcons, huh? Well, I guess the turrets, too.
And the turrets, but... yeah.
Yeah, so do you just be a cheeser here and just mass Falcons and, like, win?
Well, this guy can do it, too. But the camps aren't gonna do anything besides maybe poking. Because they're not even gonna uncloak to tank damage. But yeah, it does look like this guy's gonna try and get some farms here.
Oh, look at this.
Tosh doing the same thing.
Yeah, Tosh's Falcon was trying to abuse that terrain there and get some poking in, but getting busted, and this guy even threatening with moles. Forcing Tosh to sell off some of the farms, getting a warrant. Can he live with the cam? He really wanted to get that turret. Oh, it was greedy.
But that cam got a lot of value.
Oh, for sure. Tons of damage. Did decide to trade it for the turret there, but they both cost 60 food, so... Oh, and look at this. This guy with the moles.
Where are the moles?
Like right in the middle, right to the left of the campfire. But there's no Falcons here to defend. Oh, nice catch from Tosh.
Loses a lot there.
Yeah.
Tosh. Oh, I mean, he's gonna catch these Falcons in micro.
Yeah, Tosh gets a micro advantage there, so he barely lives, but he's got to take that Falcon home.
Both players trying to go for the base race.
Yeah, this guy is just like, I am not gonna bother with this weird game.
He does get the expansion, but Tosh has a really big opportunity to win here. Like, if the moles just hit the mill.
Yeah, let's see. This guy does have a couple cams, but they are across the map, and he's not rallying him home just yet. Now they're starting to head home. Trying to build some desperation turrets. Let's have this one Falcon. He's got his own mole warrants on the way, and I think he's gonna have enough to clean it up.
Yeah, he is gonna have enough to defend. Although the Falcons, reinforcement Falcons are coming. And he does have more than this guy. This guy's starting to lose some picks here.
These matches are just degenerate, man.
I mean, this guy loses a lot here. Gets some Falcons out. Kills the mole warrants. He manages to defend, but he loses a lot.
Yeah, a ton of losses there from this guy. No second base. Lots of money on both sides, so he's got some options on what he wants to do.
I think both players are just getting ready to build moles.
Right.
At the moment for this. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, yeah. This guy builds moles. Wants to end this here and now.
Yeah, and he still has those cams from earlier on. He can maybe use those to get in and pressure the turrets, but no, he's going to let him live. Just going to rely on the moles to break through those turrets.
Yeah. This guy going through the water to avoid the turrets.
Smart. Really going to need focus fire on each other's falcons, but it looks like this guy does have enough.
He kills the falcons first, and once he gets the warrants, there's not going to be much Tosh can do here.
Yeah, I think he's got him in checkmate. 1 to 2 farms, which is kind of hilarious.
Tosh trying to build some turrets, but I think with the moles, it's just going to be really easy for her. Oh, he sells the moles.
So stage 5 is the best stage, is what we're learning?
Yeah. I think this guy at this point is playing a little bit.
Think he's showboating?
Yeah, he could have definitely ended the game there. Maybe he was afraid of the moles Tosh was building.
Okay, so if this guy can manage to win here, he's gonna advance off against Meek in the final boss stage. And he gets his lives back, right?
No, he has to play against Melvin to get his lives back. He'll
Oh,
have to beat twice without losing once.
Alright, this guy pushing in, gets one of the turrets down. The other turret is gonna fall. Tosh defending as best he can, but he's gonna have to tap out. So when does he fight the extra boss?
Once he beats Meek, if he does.
Okay, so he's got to get to the final stage, and then the extra stage is Melvin Fro.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure why Melvin's called the extra stage. I don't know if you win when you beat Meek and then Melvin's just a little bonus.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about too. Let me see. Trying to see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, upon beating the final boss, the lives count of the challenger is set to 2, so that everyone faces the extra boss with 2 lives, regardless of the spare lives. All right. Well, that is it for episode 5, everybody. I hope you all had a good time. The the Night Slayer versus Tosh match, I think, definitely took the cake tonight. What do you think?
Oh yeah, for sure. The 1-2 punch with the Toad Fox was maybe the best tooth and toe moment I've ever seen.
Yeah, the classic 1-2 Toad Fox hit. We see it all the time.
All the time.
All right, well, thanks a lot for casting with me, James. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, of course.
I think I'll give, looks like Tander Draco is live, so we'll give him the old Raideroni. Take care, everybody, and you'll see me sooner rather than later, probably with some more 2021 duels, so take care, have a good rest of your night, and we'll catch you next time.
Alright, I ended the episode, updated the scores, that should be it.
Nice. And the raid is starting right now.